starting Gethsemane 7 at 7 a couple minutes early. Just wanted to see if anybody wants to hop on and say hi. Let us know how your day was, how your week's going. Hi, Dan. Hope you're doing well. Hello, hello. Wait and see if anybody else wants to join a minute early or so. Wait just a few minutes. I'm going to read in Romans chapter 12 tonight, if anybody wants to know that beforehand. See if anybody else is going to hop on with us, Jan. Hi, Brittany. So glad you're joining us. Well, so glad you're on time. Well, I guess let's go ahead and get started. All right, so officially welcome to Gethsemane 7 at 7. I'm so glad you could join me. So I'm going to be talking about love this evening, and that is a subject that God brings up to me quite often. I'm going to read a little bit from Romans chapter 12, verse 18 through 20 out of the Mirror Bible. It says, "You have within you what it takes to be everyone's friend, regardless of how they treat you. Do not bother yourselves to get even, dear ones. Do not let anger or irritation distract you. That which we have in common with one another must set the pace. Scripture confirms that the Lord himself is the revealer of righteousness. If your enemy is hungry, feed him. If he's thirsty, give him something to drink. These acts of kindness will be like heaping coals of fire on his head and certainly rid him of the dross in his mind and win him as a friend." Okay, so I was reminded of that verse today because I've been reading a book called End of the Spear. Camille, please don't. There's one of my children there. Anyway, End of the Spear is written by a gentleman named Steve Saint. And if you don't know who he and his family are, they are Steve Saint's father, along with several other men, were killed in the 1950s in Ecuador. They and their families were missionaries there. And basically, after those men were killed, Steve's aunt went to go live with the Waodani people. And I'm sure to so many people, that seemed completely crazy and wild, and why would you even do that? But through this act of obedience to Christ and his love, the Waodani people are no longer on the brink of extinction, and they are, so many of them are following Christ today. And when I first saw this movie, I just cried and cried and cried and cried, and I thought, God, there's no way I could do that. I cannot measure up to that standard. That was so intimidating for me. But here's the thing. God doesn't ask us to do things that God doesn't ask us to do things that we aren't capable of doing. Camille, don't. And so when God calls us to love and be friends with everybody, that means that we have the ability to do it, the strength to do it, the power to do it. Okay? And thinking back to Pastor Dana's sermon this Sunday, if we don't know how to do it, come here, sit here and smile with Mama. Okay? So everybody can see your pretty face. Not a mean face, a pretty face. Smile. Okay? So if we don't know how to love somebody, we just ask. That's a part of prayer, is asking God. And I know that some people would probably argue, I'm not supposed to be a doormat. I've heard that saying so many times. I've said that myself. But please stop, okay, and just listen. All right, but in order to love, we may have to do things that seem contrary to what we feel, contrary to what we think, contrary to what others think we should do. Others might think we're crazy or whatever. But I'm sure Steve Saint's family thought the same thing. They thought, this is crazy. Why am I doing this? Are they going to kill us? Or I'm sure so many outsiders thought, those people are nuts. Why are they endangering themselves and their children for these people that just killed their family, their loved ones? But they followed what God told them to do. And the result of that was so much greater and so much better than anybody could have ever dreamed or imagined. The Waodani people are now a complete community. Yes, are now a complete community of people that are no longer on the brink of extinction, but they are thriving. Please don't do that. But they are thriving, and they are serving Christ, many of them. So just the moral of that story is, for me, is just to, it's a reminder to every day, ask God, what can your love do through me? How can I obey you? What can I do to show your love to other people and possibly change help or be a part of changing the whole trajectory for their life? So I just want to encourage you every day to, don't be afraid to ask God, what can your love do through me? How can I obey you to help somebody else? I hope that story has not intimidated you like it did me at first. And if it has, just ask God, what does that look like in your life? And I want you to know I'm going to be doing the same. Getting back in that habit of waking up in the morning and saying, God, show me how your love can change somebody else today through me. I hope this has encouraged you. I hope you all enjoyed watching my daughter interrupt me this evening. Say goodbye, Camille.
Bye-bye.
Have a good evening, everybody.